Hello, all my machine heads, and welcome back to the Realistic Farming channel for Farming Simulator 22, where we use our real tractors, we use real equipment, we have realistic tutorials, and we have a real lot of fun. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. That one goes out to Russell. It was, we're back here on Erlengrat, and guess what? We left off on harvesting, and we are going to continue. Because if you look up in the corner, the rain is coming, so we gotta hustle now. So let's get going. Get switched over to my steering wheel here. Oops. Hit the wrong button. Yeah, so it was, got a chance to talk to a few friends of mine via my son today. Some friends of mine that were on my social media that I had gotten rid of. Mr. H, when you're watching this, I want to say, how's it going? But I haven't heard or seen or anything since my social media has been gone. You know, you found out today why, but it was for personal reasons and nothing I had control over. And it's all good. It's all good. I miss each and every one of you. I'm glad that the modding is coming good. I'm sure that you'll get my Ford Raptor to me someday in the next millennium. I had to throw that out there because I do miss it. I used it constantly in 19. Constantly on that, on some of the Let's Plays before I was recording, I used it. And now I wish I could have it back for 22. But he'll get it. He's a fellow modder and a member of, he's a moderator over at WMR Modding. He's also a member of G&G Modding. He is amazing. He does vehicles. Doesn't do tractors, doesn't do other things. He does vehicles. Thanks for talking to my kid for a while today. It was nice. I was relaying the messages. He was sitting in my living room while he was talking to you. So he was relaying messages, but he didn't relay them all. I just want to let you know that. But you'll get them, and you'll get things straightened out, and I'm glad school's going well and things are going well. So Fury got a nice little surprise today talking to him. It was nice. I had forgot that my son was going through and messaging some of the people that I had been talking to. Now, for those of you who play Farm Sim 22 on a regular basis, do we get bale rot in this, or is it not? Is it just seasons? Because in 19 with the season, since it was a mod, if I left the bales out, it was it would rot. So we're not going to be able to get. This is still going to take us quite a while. Well, probably the rest of this episode to get harvested. Then I got to start baling, and if it starts to rain during baling, I can't bale wet straw. So then I got to wait till it dries out. So in the comments, make sure you guys let me know about that. If there isn't, I'll just go, well, no, I'm going to play this realistic like we would. If the rain happens with the straw on the ground, then so be it. We'll just wait. We'll get her picked up sooner or later. And from what I was told by Russ, my good buddy Russ that comments on pretty much every video I have, he told me you don't need a skid steer to pick up the pallets. You can hear the question in my voice, the pallets from the greenhouses. That's kind of cool, because in real life, I mean, I guess my son worked for a vegetable company while he was growing up, local one that delivered locally, and they had the same pallets of like lettuce and things, and you could pick them right up. So I guess it's kind of realistic. I know that like boxes of bananas are heavy. So I tried to, the other thing is, anybody else having trouble, I tried to hook up my Track IR today to this, and now in 19 it automatically recognized it and it just went. Is there something that I have to do to get it to recognize? Because I went in the XML files and it says true. It says, instead of false, it says true, that it recognizes it, and it recognizes it in the game settings where it says reset by hitting F8. So I got in cab and I was monkeying around right before I hit record. And I was monkeying around with it, and it didn't. It wasn't recognized. I couldn't even use the mouse. It was like, nope. So for all of you computer geniuses out there, let me know if there's a way that I can do it. Because 19, I just put my head tracking on my headphones, and it worked automatically. So I don't know if 22 is different or what, but I was over at Farmer Klein's stream and then Raznik's stream, so I'm getting a little late start tonight. It is 11:06. Usually about 10 minutes to 11 I start getting ready. But today I started a little late. They were having a back-to-back stream night. So I spent some time for both of them, like, fellow YouTubers. Like I told you, we support each other. And I was over there, and Raznik's doing a face cam now, and it's throwing me for a loop because it's like I'm not used to seeing his face. So for those of you who are going to ask, when I start streaming, I will not face cam it first. It'll just be streaming, and you'll just hear my voice just like normal, and then we'll go from there. I also had someone comment that there's new, I guess over at King's Mods, there's new a harvester silo, fermenting silo, and then there's what's the word I'm looking for? There's the same other one that I got, which I got rid of. All right, can we get this in one pack? Oh, I want to try something eventually. I might have to do it off camera. Apparently, there's a hidden way that you can set up like a GPS, like GPS light, and I think you're supposed to hit. I wasn't even really listening. I asked twice in the stream, but I forgot. I'll go back and rewatch his stream, and Raznik explains it, and I'll go back and watch it and see if I can figure out how to do it, because that'd be kind of neat too. But I'm sure the mod will come soon. I'm sure it'll come out, and then it won't be. I promised Russell that I would mention the power, the power buttons or whatever it's called, where you can turn the HUD on and turn off. It works. I have to give it credit where it works, but it doesn't work like the in-game settings one was for 19. So with everything that I do between recording and using my sim dashboard, I don't want to have to hit any more buttons than I have to. Like on 19, all it was I just went to the menu button and then turned it on and off. This one, you gotta do a bunch of buttons, and then it literally, I was having the same problem that I was in 19, where you don't know what implement you're on, and you got to kind of keep switching to hope you get the right one. And like when you're a real farmer, the header's in front of you. You don't have to lower or switch off an implement. It automatically lowers it. You hit a button, and it lowers the header. It don't have to be on the right one. It's weird. All right, so we finished. I like to lower that so I can drive back to the farm. And we're going to get this. So we're going to see if we can do this in cab. Pipe out. Here she comes. I doubt very much I'm going to be able to see this, because oh, I can. Now this may not fit at all. So we'll find out here. I think I only had 20% left in that one to fit. Yep, okay. So I'm going to leave this running. We're going to run back here, and we're going to dump this in our silo. Wait. There. Wonder why that did that. That's weird. All right, so let's head over to our silo. Dump this in the silo. Now this trailer, I do believe, tips up. So I'm going to have to come through it from the other way. Let's do a little truck sim here. You know what? I'm going to go back through it the other way. I put that way too close. I'm going to have to adjust that. I didn't give myself enough room to turn around. Get this set up here. So I'm going to flip over to my controller real quick so that I can turn the camera at the same time so I don't have to reach my mouse. There. Well, it's pretty high, actually. That's good. I was hoping that it did. I like this trailer, though, a lot. Oh, I love it. It makes little boom noises. Boom, boom, when it's coming down, just like real. We'll go dump this. Then we'll go buy a baler, and hopefully we can get some of this baled up. So I've decided I'm going to play a combination of in-cab and out-of-cab, just so for the people who enjoy both. Some people like to see what's going on, and some people like to play in cab. So I'll try to do like some tasks in the cab, and then I'll try to come out as much as I can. But we are on episode. It's kind of spraying out there. It's kind of neat. We're on episode 3 today. And I think that's awesome. As you can see, it's 3 days in a row. So now we've got, it held 9,000. So now we got 11,000 liters. And I think, let me check when we get over here. I think I can. Oh, hear it? When you put gravel down, it sounds like gravel. All right, so let's take. Boom, boom. I've broke it. I gotta level that out too. I've broke some lines on trailers before by taking off without it down. That's not the way you're supposed to do it. Gotta get Scooter's workbenches in here. Yeah, Scooter's, like I have to hit B on the keyboard to have this one work. But Scooter's, I just hit the trigger on my controller. So I saw this, I wanted to fill everybody in. I saw this little not trivia thing, poll that they had done. They said that 86% of Farm Sim players prefer the wide tires. So that's kind of neat, actually. Let's get our trailer down here. And then what we're going to do, remember we talked about it. So I gotta find a nice mod that's like a garage. Because we're gonna do this. Run around the pole here, and then I'm gonna hit this. And I'm going to repair. So if we like pulled it into a garage, we could do this instead of having to. And then we're gonna go. Oh, it's so cool. Not even gonna lie. I love the sound of that. Oh, you know what? Baler's running. We'll do the same thing to this one. Because we won't be, well, we'll be doing that one. But I got to get this straw off this field first. The canola I won't wash this until after we do that field over there. All right, let's go buy us a baler. But yeah, we got talking in the stream about Farming Simulator 22 and what everybody's thoughts are. I can not hit that pole. And mine is the same as Raz's in the sense where each game has its different iterations. And remember, when we always start a new game, it's always like, oh, this game isn't as good. This game sucks. It isn't great. But then once you get playing it, and you know, Giants, they'll have a few bugs. They always do, like the sound and all that. So they'll fix all that. By December, by Christmas time, they'll have it all fixed. And then before you know it, in a couple, 2-3 months, it'll be the only game everybody plays. Let's go down and find us the balers. Balers. Okay, I am going to go. I was going to go small squares, but I'm doing silage as well. So I think I'm going to go. This is 125. I want to get the one that does 180. Let's do the. Yeah, let's do this one. This one goes to 180. There we go. That is the one thing I'm going to edit out. I told you guys before, I can't stand that. Doop, 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 doop. Oh. Fury forgot. He's only had it up here one episode. We got hoses. All right, what I want to do this is change bale size. 180. And then I'm going to buy the baler that picks up the and stacks them. That way I can drop them down in there. Well, yeah, I don't know. I might load them onto a trailer myself because I want to stack them in my shed myself. Oh, you know what? I don't know. Yeah. There we go. A little bit. 11 miles an hour is just a little too fast for these balers. So the work mod will get, I want to get that. Somebody convert that over. So when you buy something, you can adjust the work speed. That's what I want. I haven't even taken a look at any of the trailers and stuff in this game. I'm just trying to get this done before we it rains. And I may lease the one. I don't know. Because I don't know, like I said in the beginning, I don't know if there's bale rot on this yet. Up the hill. Yeah, I think the other thing I thought of is I think they should have grass growing on its own. And not fast necessarily, but on its own. Like, for example, you know how weeds grow? Like in a field that you don't take care of and the weeds will grow and you have to like spray them and all that stuff? Well, how cool would it be if you left the field alone and grass just grew in it? That way you could just, it would show that you didn't take care of that field. Now, it should grow a lot slower than like your regular grass because, like, if I plowed in a field, it would take the whole summer, but you would get grass on it. I mean, think about, you know, like if you dug up your yard, for example, dug a hole. Many of us have done that. In fact, most of us have. You dig a hole in your yard and you fill it back in, and by the end of the summer, you've pretty much got grass. You don't have long grass, but you got grass. So maybe they could set it up where it grows and takes 2 years. So if I bought this field right here, I harvested it, got it off all here, and got it cultivated, got all the stuff picked up off of it, and then just left it. Maybe in 2 years, maybe after a year, it would be like half grown. You know, but then after 2 years, then it's fully grown. Now what I want to do something a little bit different here. I want to put these in a row. Because there's nothing worse than you're trying to go along and you hit these at the end. So we already got 11,000 bale. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Here we go. We're on our second pass. I did like how that what they did is they made the pickups a lot wider for 22 than 19. They were so skinny, like you had to like get right in the middle of it to get it. This one, it's a little bit off. You can be off if you want, and it'll still pick it up. It's kind of nice, and it's super realistic. Like, because when you're making a round bale in real life, that what you do is in cab, right on one of these screens here. Probably that one. It would have the bale, and it would show you the bale size. Okay, so I don't think my thing shows. Okay, but on that screen, so what you would do is you would drive on one side and then the other, and then on one side and the other, so that what it would do is it fills your bale up even. So you see how it's set like this. So you drive on one side of the straw swath, and then in the middle, and then on the side. So you're literally going like this, literally up and down the straw swath, so that you fill the bale evenly. And it beeps at you, and it tells you when your bale is lopsided, because you want a bale as tight as it can possibly be, and the right size. See, these 1.8 bales are actually big. We used to use 1.5 or 1.25. We used small ones. And then eventually, like I told you guys on Meadow Grove, we switched from that to the small squares. Now, eventually, if we decide to have a silage hopper, or what do you call it, bunker. My brain froze. If we decide to get a silage bunker, we can just pick up our grass. But here's what the thing I have about that is, can't do two things at once. Sorry, guys. You gotta have more equipment. It costs more money. So, for example, I'll get right back on topic here. If we decide to get a silage bunker, so not only do you have to have the auger wagon or the pickup wagon or the whatever you guys want to call it, you have to have that, which is another piece of equipment that you have to pick it up, because you have to have the mowers regardless, because you got to mow the lawn or mow the field. So that the mowers aren't in this description. But to put them in a silage bunker, A, you got to have the silage bunker. That's another expense. And B, you got to have different equipment. Like, so you have to have the pickup wagon. And then after the pickup wagon, then you've got to have something, front loader or something to scoop it out. Now, you do have to have the front loader for the bales anyways. So that's fine. But to do silage, generally speaking, you want to use a telehandler or a big skid or a skid steer. So you still had, in my opinion, would still have to have the other pieces of equipment, because you got to scoop it, and then you got to have a wagon to put it into, which you don't have to have a wagon, but you do have to have a wagon to stack them on. So it's just cheaper to do bales because you wrap them up and then you just let them sit. You let them sit right outside and you let them ferment. When they're done, they're done. And the one thing they did good in Fs22 is they let you unwrap them. So if I'm doing bales for the animals, I can go over with a silage, or I can go over with a bale fork and do my straw, and then I'm going to be using hay and silage, but I can do my hay and then go over and unwrap the silage and do it that way. So I don't have to keep switching implements. Bale number 2. About 3 minutes left. And I like how the tire tracks stay longer than 2 seconds. In 19, they would be gone by the time you can see right where I drove last time. So like if you're doing a field, you'd be able to see where you last were. I just wish it was louder, because I was learning how to be quiet a little bit so that you guys can listen to the sounds of the tractor. Go down here and get these little bits. Don't the bales look a lot better? They look bigger. They look like real now. All right, there's our headlands done. We'll go around now. And we'll start going over. We won't go back and forth. We'll go down, and then we'll go down to the other end and come back, and you meet in the middle. Well, I tell you one thing, though, on a serious note. Some of you guys out there that are YouTubers are putting out some fantastic videos. Fantastic. I am so proud of each and every one of you. It's nice to see the younger generation, Danny Beats and Mr. Blue Jeans. Those guys are younger generation. I mean, you guys are young enough to be my grandkids, and that's the truth. So probably some of you be young enough to be my great grandkids. But it's nice to see our younger generation playing Farm Sim and playing a farming game and enjoying it. It warms my heart. It really does. And it's just hard to explain how that works. All right. So that is going to wrap up another episode. We got our baler going. We got our harvester put away. We got our wagon put away. We got our wheat put away. And we got the harvest done. It only took us 3 episodes. So an hour and a half to fill or to do this field. Now, when we get over to do that one, that might take like 6 episodes. But on that note, everyone, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's family. Please, please, please enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And just please, please, please like and subscribe and share, share, share. We will get this channel going crazy. And without further ado, as soon as I switch screens here, Fury Machine will catch everyone on the flip side.